Let's talk about the other South Division. Obviously, Colts playing the AFC South, which is kind of funny because, well, you know, 3 of the teams are South, and then the Colts are kind of a northern team. But in the NFC South, there's 4 teams that are usually not that great. This is a division that usually has one team rise to the top by getting 10 wins at the end of the year, and the other one's all middle around being mid to really bad, right? You got the Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and Buccaneers. Lately, Buccaneers have been very, very good in the division, right? Falcons kind of been right behind, and then Panthers and Saints have been bad. First hot take is one of those stays true. One of them gets even worse than bad and becomes awful, and that's the Saints. I don't think Shuck, Rattler, any of their quarterbacks are going to do good. And for that reason, especially with their mid defense, I don't really see the Saints being anything worth anything. They could finish with 2 to 3 wins this year, and I would not be shocked at all. I don't think this is that hot of a take. That's why we're starting with it. My second, probably least hot take, I guess, would be Falcons win the division. I think the Falcons win the division at a record of 11-6. Penix takes that next step. I think he played very well. I think coaching really held him back and the Falcons in general. I think you get a good run game with Bijan Robinson this year. He has a balanced attack. You're going to see what you saw with him at Washington, which is a very solid quarterback who will lead his team to victories more times than losses. So I think Penix and the Falcons finish first in the division. Second hottest take, I'm going to say, is the Buccaneers falling back. I think a lot of people might expect this a little bit, a lot of age going up in a lot of the receivers, running back room, right? Is Baker going to be great again? I think they take one step back. They go to 8-9, right? I think they finished with about 10 wins last year, so not that big of a regression, but enough to make them fall back to 3rd in the division. And yes, I said 3rd because my hottest take about this division, and one of my hottest takes overall, is I'm a Bryce Young believer, and I have been for a long time. And if you look at his metrics and what he did at the end of the year, kind of like when you look at what Pete Crow did last year, and now he's breaking out, people are shocked. You have to look at how these young guys end seasons, right? If they're in a bad place and they end doing well, you expect that to go on to the next season. Yes, there's film on Bryce Young, so they figured him out early, but now they don't. And you add to Taria McMillan from Arizona, who you guys know I was a humongous fan of. You have Xavier Legette on the other side, and you just are going to have a improved Bryce Young. This defense is not going to be great. Their games are going to be shootouts almost every single time, but I think they're going to be able to win those shootouts. I'm not expecting a crazy win differential, but I do expect them to go 9-8, and maybe, depending on how weak the NFC might be this year in the wildcard race, I think they could finish with that last wild card and make the playoffs. Or they can do anything in there? Not really, because defense is very important in the playoffs. But I think that they finish 9-8 with Bryce Young, and expect Terry McMillan to be a huge reason because he's a phenomenal receiver. So that's my predictions of the division. It'll be interesting to see what happens. These are my predictions and really my hot takes. Last ones were burning. First one, not at all. Saints are going to be trash. I know you agree. Tell me what you agree and disagree with in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Affleck time is out.